Hi there, I'm Logan Medish, and this is High Caliber History. Today we're going to be taking a look at a really early Ruger. A Ruger so early, in fact, that it predates the pistol. It's going to be the Ruger Precision Hand Drill. And this is something that there were very few of them made. We don't know exact production numbers because there's so little information about the company out there because it was only in existence for a few years. But as you can see from this design, there is a tremendous amount of influence on what becomes the Ruger standard pistol, so it's worth talking about. Now, in addition to talking about the pistol, we're also going to do something with this that I haven't seen anyone else do. We're going to take it apart and look at how the insides work and then put it back together. So what is the genesis of this? Where does it come from? In 1946, it's post-World War II, and Bill Ruger starts up what is known as the Ruger Corporation. He has a partner with the last name of Clements, and they are making a couple different parts that Auto Ordnance needs for their post-war commercial manufacturing. And his partner, Clements, had brought a government hardware contract to the deal, and Bill ended up buying him out. And things were going okay for him, but they could certainly be going better. And so he'd been in touch with a massive hardware jobber in New York who knew that Bill had designed a line of hand tools, and he told him that it would be a good seller and it would be a good thing to invest his money and machinery in building hand tools. And so Bill poured what little bit of money he had into this line of hand tools, and unfortunately it didn't work out. They were incredibly well made, but they were too expensive for the general public to afford. There was a quote from Bill later in life saying, "The harder we worked, the poorer we got." So that's not good in terms of a business deal. And so the company was only in existence for a few years, started in 1946, and by 1949 it was in receivership, and the Ruger Corporation ceased to exist. However, in short order, things turn around for Bill. He meets up with Alexander Sturm, who chips in a $50,000 investment seed, and the rest, as they say, is history with Sturm Ruger Incorporation. So again, we're going to get a closer look at the Ruger Precision Hand Drill here. We're going to take it apart, see how it works, and put it back together. And so without further ado, we'll get into that. So there's only two screws holding it together. This first one that I'm taking apart, I don't believe to be original to the design. And the handle on this one is wood, but I have also seen some examples with turned aluminum handles. So you take that first screw out, and then you loosen the main screw here just enough so that you can then take that handle mechanism and slide it forward, slide it over the head of the screw, and take it off so that you can then further disassemble the rest of the drill. So now that we've got the handle removed, it's time to take out the main screw on the drill body here. And this screw, I do believe, is original to the drill, as is everything else except for that secondary handle screw. This is a long one because it goes through the handle and the top portion, the red part there. It goes through the cylindrical body, and then it goes down into the pistol grip portion and screws down tight and holds all three of those pieces together securely. So it's only threaded on the bottom portion of the screw, and the rest of it is just a screw shaft to go all the way through the body. And so now we can take the rest of the drill apart. We can pull out the main portion of the drill where your bit hooks in there. We can finish unscrewing this last bit of the screw that holds the body to the frame, and then it all comes apart just like that. And now we are faced with all of the very simple amount of parts that are contained in this drill. I mean, really and truly, there's not a whole lot going on to this design. There's not a lot of moving parts to it altogether. We've just got 6 components. So we have the frame, we have the body, we have the top plate, we've got the chuck mechanism, we have the handle, and 2 screws. That's all there is to it. Now, the frame of this drill is really where we see the Ruger standard pistol design come into play. I mean, it's very reminiscent of that design. We can see that the portion that the screw fits into is locked into place through that rectangular mechanism. We've got kind of an odd, almost pistol grip magazine well thing here, but you can't really put anything in it because it would fall all the way through. We've got the main gear plate that sits on top that interacts with the other gear on the chuck and with the gear that is locked into place in the body of the plate. And of course, we see that Ruger red finish. The chuck mechanism here with the gear on there, this is the forward gear, and both of them, both this one that's removable and the one that mounts into the back, they both interface with the gear teeth onto the plate. And the body itself is a nickel-plated design. As I mentioned, that rear gear and its teeth are locked into place. It's all one piece there. It can't come out. It does slide all together. And when you're putting the pieces back together, you actually have to make sure, because there's a little bit of play between the chuck, there's a little bit of play between the gear in the back and the one in the chuck. Your main screw has to fit down in between there, and so the gear in the back slides back just a hair, and your gear attached to the chuck slides forward just a hair and allows the screw shaft to fit down in between them. And so once you get that into place, get it all lined up, I've snugged it down hand tight. And then you come in here and screw it down the rest of the way. Once you've got that secured, now you can slide your handle back over top of that main screw head, then slide it to the other end where it locks into place, and then put your final screw onto there, and now you've got your Ruger Precision hand drill all put back together once again, and you're ready to go out and do some precision drilling. Thanks for tuning into this episode of High Caliber History. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something today. I would appreciate it if you're not subscribed. Subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, leave a comment, and share this video with someone else who you think might enjoy it. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.